Hi guys, it's me, Gastric Bypass Barbie again, and in this episode, I'm finally going to tell you my WLS story. I'm going to share with you a little bit about life leading up to my surgery, and then I'm going to tell you what it's been like in the 170 pounds since I had surgery. So let's begin. I was born big. I was 11 pounds, 6 ounces. And from then on, I spent my life with a really fat head. Just because I was bigger and taller than the other kids. Just because I didn't wear the same size they did, I felt fat all the time. But you know what? I wasn't fat. I wasn't obese. I was just a little chunky. I guess you could say maybe I had baby fat and I was overweight. Now, I was a pretty active kid. I loved to ride my bike everywhere and roller skate and run, and I was always outside. But I didn't have any kind of formal physical exercise program. And I remember I had a tough time in school with the presidential physical fitness program. I could never succeed at that. And so that made me feel like a failure because I couldn't do the proper number of sit-ups or the proper number of chin-ups. And maybe that's what made me not a very active kid. My mother fed me really, really healthy food, and she gave us great portions, me and my brother. But you know what? At some point, when I got a little bit older and I was in charge of my eating program, I decided I was going to eat whatever I wanted and as much of it as I wanted. And so I fed not only my fat head, but my body. And I ballooned. I got bigger and bigger. Again, still not obese in high school, but let me tell you, I was bigger than the other kids and I didn't wear the same size they did. Just for perspective, I was 5'6½", weighed 143 pounds, and wore a size 11 to 13, okay? Now my friends were 125 pounds and wore size 7 to 9. I remember this vividly. My life was always about numbers. Well, since I had a fat head and I didn't like my curves and my big butt, I started packing it on to the tune of 10 pounds a year. By the time I graduated high school, I probably weighed 165 or 170 pounds. By the time I got married, I was 189 pounds at 5'8". By the time I had my daughter, I weighed 204 pounds. In the years after she was born, I gained 70 pounds. And eventually, I found myself in 2006 weighing 316 pounds on my 5'8" frame. Now I truly was obese. I wasn't just overweight anymore. And I wore a size 28-30 on the bottom with a lot of elastic and a lot of drawstrings. And I wore a size 3X, 4X on the top and a bra 46 double D. I was a big mama, let me tell you. So I went to the doctor. I was depressed. I was feeling like there was nothing I could do. I had no willpower. My body was fighting me and saying, give me sugar and give me white flour. And I said, doctor, can I have weight loss surgery? And she said, no, it will make you depressed. Can you imagine that? I was already depressed. You're pretty depressed when you weigh 316 pounds. I mean, I was thinking to myself, okay, if I'm depressed now and I'm fat, what about if I'm depressed and I'm thin? Why don't we do that? She wasn't biting. But she did prescribe me a medication, Meridia, which I started. And I started being able to make better choices. It's like that drug turned off whatever chemicals were blocking my ability to think clearly. And that lasted for about 6 months. And in that time, I was able to establish successful eating habits and successful physical regimen. I was working out all the time and I was feeling good. But you know, that medication has an efficacy of about 6 months. And I started to panic. And I went in again and I said, please, will you consider me for weight loss surgery? And she said, all right, I'll submit you. But they don't approve people, ever. Well, guess what? They approved me. Unbelievable. So in December of 2007, weighing 267 pounds, I went in for weight loss surgery in Fountain Valley at Orange Coast Memorial Hospital, which is an amazing facility, by the way. And Dr. Mir Ali, who is a surgeon with the Bariatric Center of Excellence with Dr. LePort's group in Fountain Valley, performed my surgery. I had gastric bypass laparoscopically, and I was in the hospital for a couple of days. Now, the months after I had my surgery were kind of tough. I ended up in the ER. I had acid reflux. I had what ultimately turned out to be strictures. I had to have 3 of those repaired.
Everybody hurts sometimes. Sometimes everything is wrong. Now it's time to sing along. When your day is night, hold on. If you feel like letting go.
But I think ultimately that helped me. It made me slow down and walk my horses. I couldn't eat fast and I couldn't eat a lot. And Penelope Pouch, I named her that because Penny is a pincher. She does not like meat still. 2.5 years out, she doesn't like meat or pork or beef or chicken. No. But she does like fish sometimes. So I'm really mostly a vegetarian and I like fish as long as it's moist. So I eat a lot of beans and a lot of vegetables and cheese and soy, and I drink a ton of protein shakes, and I eat a ton of Greek yogurt, as anyone will tell you. And so anyway, in that year after surgery, I managed to lose another 120 pounds, which brought my total weight loss to 180 at my lowest, and I weighed 137 pounds by the time I went in for plastic surgery, and that's where they want you. They want you to be at your very lowest weight when you go in for plastic surgery. And I had brachioplasty and breast lift with augmentation with my very favorite plastic surgeon, Dr. Katzen, in February of 2009. And that was a tough recovery. I'm going to be honest with you. Again, it's that fibromyalgia problem, but he's an amazing surgeon. And with a lot of excellent care from him and support from my family, my daughter and my husband, and good medication, let's be honest, Percocet, I managed to survive and thrive. And my body rebounded a little bit. It said, you know what? We don't like skinny, scrawny Cari at 137 pounds. We don't like that. So I rebounded. And now I spend my days 170 pounds lighter than I was when I started on this journey. And I'm right around 150 pounds. And I feel phenomenal. And I wear a size 6. Why? Because I work out. I work really hard at it. So there are 3 things that make me a success in my bariatric afterlife. 3 things. 1, I watch what I eat, and I eat a very, very healthy menu every day. 2, I work out regularly. Cardio, weight training. I ride my bike. I go hiking. I stay active doing things that I love. And 3, I get regular support. I surround myself by bariatric buddies, people who are successful in the afterlife. And that's my secret. And if you want to have bariatric surgery, I say go for it. As long as you're willing to change absolutely everything about your life, as long as you're willing to be committed forever, as long as you're not emotionally done, but you're emotionally ready, I say go for it. If you have any questions for me about how I'm living my life now, feel free to shoot me a comment or email me at Cari@gastricbypassbarbie.com. And hey, visit my blog. I talk about a lot of the emotional stuff that goes along with this surgery, because after all, surgery only fixes your stomach. It doesn't fix your head. And by the way, bariatric surgery, not a cure for obesity. Nothing cures obesity. The surgery only cures laziness. So have a great day, you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next episode. Bye.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.